Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Burrows and I'll be your teacher for this semester in English 1010. You might notice on your course schedule that it says Elizabeth Kent. That is also correct. I just recently got married and my name has not been changed over yet in the official system. The syllabus that I'm showing you on the computer right now is also available on Blackboard. I'm not going to go over it word for word. I do expect you to read it all the way through because it's got really important information and it contains the class calendar as well. Give you a kind of general idea of what's going to happen for the semester. So important information up here. I have my name, my office number, which is in Liberal Arts Building, room 144C. Even though this is an online class, you should feel free to come and actually see me in my office if you are able. I'm available Mondays and Wednesdays, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. so that if you have questions and you want to stop in and see me face to face, you are more than welcome to do that. As you can see, there's no class day time because this is online. I do expect you to check Blackboard on a regular basis and keep up with your work. Some of the work that you're going to be doing requires you to talk with other students. So while you can work ahead a little bit on some things, a writing class is not one where you can do a whole semester's worth of work in the first couple of weeks and then just be done. You have to kind of stay on schedule with everybody because you're going to have to do peer review and you're going to have discussions. And so you do have to kind of work within those parameters, although there's a little bit of opportunity to work ahead if you really want to. Right. Important information here: required textbooks and course materials. Obviously, Blackboard is super important. You can access it through my AUM, but also you can go directly to bb9.aum.edu just in case my AUM is not working. That's not a good enough reason to not log into Blackboard. Go directly to Blackboard and log in if my AUM is not working for you right away. One of those two ways should work. Obviously, a reliable and stable internet connection is incredibly important. If you don't have that, being an online student is going to be incredibly difficult. So I list that under required course materials. You do need to check your AUM email account because I will use that as a means to email you, and you can use that to email me. But I don't want you to email me from a Gmail or a Yahoo account. You need to use your official AUM email address to contact me. Other required technology sorry, I don't know why that's popping up. But other required technology, Microsoft Word, which you can get through IT if you don't have it, or Google Docs is fine. Adobe Reader for PDFs, and access to a computer, okay, your personal one or one on a computer lab on campus. Anything else that you need, I will tell you about with enough notice to download it, and I wouldn't give you something that you have to pay for. All of the information and programs that we will use will be free. Okay. Classroom atmosphere, you can read over. The important thing I want to highlight, though, is I don't believe that there are stupid questions. So when you have one, please email me. Please come see me in office hours. Do whatever you have to do. Reach out and ask the question. All right. And if other people are asking questions, answer them. Be helpful. We don't want to have a classroom environment that is anything but helpful and one of support. Okay. Inclusive language and accommodations. Just briefly, as we kind of develop as a world, where language changes. Language is a living, evolving thing. So the easiest thing to do now is when you're referring to a group of people, just say they. It used to be we would talk about the generic man, but we don't do that anymore. So now we're using they as an all-encompassing term. It's just the easiest thing to do so that we are not being exclusionary to one group of people or one part of a spectrum. So that's just the easiest thing to do. And if you have an accommodation letter from CDS, please email it to me right away so that I can get you what you need to be successful at AUM. Okay. On the next page, just want to touch briefly on academic honesty. It's really important that you do your own work for this class 100% of the time. Don't copy anything from online, from another student, okay? All of that is plagiarism, and you'll probably get caught, and you'll get an F for the entire semester. Then you'll get reported to the committee, and they may put a note on your transcript that you got an F because you plagiarized. So just avoid that and do the work yourself. It's actually harder to cheat. It's easier to just turn the work in yourself, okay? To help you with that, we have free academic support via the Learning Center. And if you go to the Learning Center's website, you can actually, because you're an online student, have an online tutoring session with them. Okay, so there's lots of options available to you. I want to mention grading for a second, which is under number 8 here. I want to stress that a C is not a bad grade. A C tells me you did what I asked you to do. You didn't necessarily go beyond what I asked you to do, but you fulfilled all of the requirements of the assignment. If you want a B, you have to go above and beyond the basics. If you want an A, you have to go even further beyond that. I'm talking the most stellar work that you could possibly turn in. You went to the Learning Center a bunch of times, you conferenced with me, there's no grammatical errors. That's a really stellar essay. But it requires a lot more work than just the basic. So just think about that when you are considering grades. A 70, a 75, not a bad grade, okay? But if you want that A, if you're striving for that A, you have to be prepared to put in a lot more work to get that done, okay? Late work. For things like discussions, I don't accept late work. You have plenty of time to get that stuff done. It's not that much work in terms of word count, so I don't take late discussions. For your essays, however, you do have a little bit of leeway, although you will lose points. Okay, so for major assignments, which are your essays, any minute after the due date and up to 24 hours, you lose 10 points. After that, and up to 48 hours, you lose another 10 points, so that's a 20-point total deduction. After 48 hours, you get an automatic 0, even if you turn it in 1 minute after the 48-hour mark, okay? Trying to catch up with late work is really difficult, especially in an online class. So there's no real wiggle room on the rules here. That's why it's really important that you read the syllabus, okay? You can talk to me at any point in the semester about your grades. You can withdraw up until almost the end of March. But the time to worry about your grade is not the last week of class. You should be worried about your grades right now, next week. Make sure you do all of your work. Make sure you read the guidelines. Make sure you talk to me and you do peer review. Every assignment is important because every assignment has a grade, which you can see here, right? And it tells you how much of the percentage it is. So all of that stuff's important. And I don't give grades, you earn grades. So at the end of the semester, if you say to me, I really need an A in this class, I'm going to have to say to you, then you should have earned one. But you do that by turning in all of your work all of the time, okay? You will write 4 major papers this semester, plus a final exam, and then you'll have 1 quiz, super easy, and discussion posts, not every week, but a lot of the time. And then conferencing with me is 5% of your grade, which is half a letter grade. So it's not nothing. It is important, and it can push you over the edge, okay? The last thing I have here is the course schedule, which you can kind of see what's going on each week. And the rest of it is for you to make sure you carefully read over because you will have to take a syllabus quiz this week. And so you can use this video and read the syllabus, and I'm sure you'll do fine on the quiz. But remember, the next thing you should watch is the video on discussion guidelines because that's the other part of the quiz grade. All right. I hope to talk to all of you soon. I hope you reach out. That's my dog in the background, one of them. You'll hear them occasionally while I record videos. But I hope that you reach out anytime you have a question, and I'm looking forward to a great semester with you all.